Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of Deepest Darkness on Dreamroll. I know they're starting to rack up, huh?
Now we're going.
I'm Austin Robert Miller. I'm the GM, and I've got Dan Middleditch and Matt Staley with me. Are we ready, guys?
I am ready, guys.
Oh, yeah, I'm absolutely delirious. Let's go.
Yeah.
Do it.
This campaign is an unofficial adaptation of Darkest Dungeon by Red Hook Studios. Darkest Dungeon is really cool. Check it out. Subscribe. Comment on this video, please.
And thank you.
Like if you like.
Yeah.
Like it if
and
you like it.
thank you, Matt Colville.
Matt Colville.
And thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
You're about to thank Matt Colville some more.
Matt Colville, got my eye on you.
Okay.
Jury's still out.
Let's switch it up again. Matt, recap what happened in the last session.
Right. Well, after a little bit of a training montage for Jerry, get him back in fighting shape, or stealing shape, I guess, we set off into the woods, and eventually out of the woods. But before that, we were looking for trouble, and we found it. We found a band of bandits, led by a magician of sorts. Dan's character, Taryn, lured one of the bandits away by means of disguising himself as a member of King Kelly's crew, or I guess another member of King Kelly's crew. And we convinced young Stephen, this was his name, to come with us. That didn't end too well, because we didn't get very far before the same band of bandits that we had previously gotten away from got right back to us, used a special Brittle Bones hex spell to Brittle Bones up young Stephen, and we last-ditch effort hid and then tried to convince Stephen to be a little bit of a spy inside the camp. He started yelling for help, as per my poorly worded instruction. And we don't know what happened to him. He might have died. Maybe not. Maybe, but maybe not. We started going back home, back to Tilcott, and we're stopped by a whizzing arrow. That's where we've left off.
That was Roger's turn. Now, it's Taryn's.
Oh, hello, Roger. Can that just be a free action?
Of course. Yeah, you can speak for free whenever you want.
Oh, bastard. All right.
Can we just talk about this, baby? Richard, Roger, whatever your name is.
I'll let you decide that, and I'm going to take out both of my crossbows, and I'm just going to shoot right at him.
Wow, Taryn.
I thought we said no bloodshed.
This one's personal.
Oh, fuck's sake.
You take an action. Oh, he really should have hid as his bonus action after firing that arrow, but maybe something deep in him wanted you to see it was him. Okay, as an action, fire the first crossbow.
Inventory. Nope.
Actions.
Actions. There we go. That is a 17 to hit.
17. Yes, sir, that hits.
And that's going to be D6. That's going to be 8 points of damage.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
And now second crossbow.
Yes, as a bonus action.
I have 2-weapon fighting, so this I will apply my bonus again.
Yes, great.
That's a dirty 20 to hit and a 9 points of damage.
Yes. Wow, that's incredible. That's a good opening turn for you. Both of the crossbow bolts stick in very tightly grouped. Good aim, because they both dig in right next to each other, just under his rib cage. He's bending over. In this moment, Jerry, you see a man in, rough bandit leathers. He's wearing a tight leather skull cap, and stitched to the skull cap is a piece of linen cloth that covers half of his face, mostly hiding severe burn scars across his face. He has a long bow, and he's doubled over for a minute before his one visible eye darts back up at you, Taryn. Jerry, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna do something bold. I'm going to abandon my usual strategy of sneaking and attacking because I want answers.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to... How far is he from me right now?
I was just thinking that we should clarify that. Taryn, what's the range on your crossbow? The hand crossbow?
30 feet. No, sorry. 120 feet. What?
30 regular and 120 feet at disadvantage is what that means.
Oh, got it. Okay,
So-
yeah, 30.
So we're going to call it the full 30.
Okay, great. That is within range of my movement speed. If I am right next to Dan,
It is normally. Everything that is not the road is difficult terrain. But you do have cunning action, so because you are level 2 now, you can bonus action dash, and I'll give it to you.
Great. Then yes.
Yeah?
I'm
Okay.
gonna do that.
Okay, so you spend up your bonus action to dash.
Great.
You charge right for him.
I would like to tackle him sword drawn and try to pin him to the ground with my sword drawn at his throat.
Okay. If you want to try to make a trip, you can do... the rules are you make an athletics check. But I kind of think that it should be athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because I would like to sort of leap through the air
right.
and give him one of these.
Yes. Yes, make an acrobatics check. He's going to do the same. We'll see who wins.
Okay. 21.
7.
Finally, the sevens have turned.
Hell yeah. Okay. You bound towards him, you leap, and you knock him to the ground. You are now hunched over him, dagger or short sword drawn. Short sword glowing blue. This is the first time you've noticed that, Terry. And
Very nice.
And I say, will you yield?
it's your passive intimidation.
Can you tell me
It would
how
just
to find that?
that passive is just 10 plus your modifier.
Okay, not good. It's 11.
Okay.
Do you yield?
It's a nat 20 on his insight. He believes that he can take you, regardless of all that business that you just did.
This fucking guy.
So you tripped him, but that is separate from grappling. It's not. It's not both.
Okay.
So, with his, with half of his movement, with 15 feet of movement, he stands up, squirms out from under you. His crafty feature allows him to move away from you without provoking an opportunity attack. So he moves 15 feet away from you. That's the extent of his movement. He uses a bonus action to hide in the heavy underbrush.
Okay.
That's That's a 22 for his stealth check. So he just sort of backwards squirms through the bushes until you've lost track of where you last saw him. And he will fire at you, Jerry. At advantage because he's hidden. These are kind of hard to read. Okay. It's an 18 to hit.
It hits.
It hits.
Oh, is Jerry gonna die?
Yep. If he hits a target while he has advantage, which he does because he is ranged, he adds extra damage. I mean, because he's hidden.
I'm trying to end this fight.
Totally.
Great. Yeah, thank you.
7 points of damage.
Okay.
Thunk. Digs in
It's not.
between ribs.
Okay. It's not a killer amount yet.
Yep. But because he used his bonus action to hide before the attack, now that he's made the attack, he has re-revealed his location and cannot hide again before his turn's over. You spot him. He's glowering at you, and he's reaching for another arrow. Taryn, what are you doing?
How far away is he from me?
He's now 45 feet away from you, and most of that is difficult terrain.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go. Oh, you bastard! That's the closest thing to a friend I've ever had. And I am going to cast Vicious Mockery at him. You cycloptic, insolent bastard! And just wail on him.
Oh, he does a
Oh wait, it's
wisdom?
Wisdom. Yeah, Wisdom 13.
Wisdom saving throw. It's a nat 20.
Son of a bitch. I'll give old Jerry a bardic inspiration.
Say hello to Earl.
Oh,
Earl.
that's plenty inspiring.
Yes,
That's
I'll use
for
my...
everyone. Except Matt Colville. It's not for Matt Colville.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
you, Matt Colville.
Fuck this
Fuck
guy.
you, Matt Colville. And I'm just going to turn around and go, Jerry! I know I don't particularly like blood, but kill this bastard.
Ugh, fuck's sake.
All right, so you now have a d6 that you can add whenever
If you
you'd
fail.
like for the next 10 minutes.
Great.
It's actually once within the next hour when
Oh,
the creature
hour.
fails a d20 test, the creature can roll the bardic inspiration die. So it's
Thank
only
you.
if he fails.
That's nice. That's nice. Okay.
So that means you need to know if he fails.
Very true. Very true. Okay.
It's different than luck in that
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
Okay.
He's still only within 15 feet of me, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So I would like to, and this is gonna be crazy. Probably not that crazy, but I'm gonna do it. I am going to use all of my movement to get to him.
Right.
Then use my cunning action to hide right next to him.
Right. Yes. Yes.
And
yes.
then I'll sneak attack.
Okay. Yep. Roll high. Roll high. But you're surrounded by sometimes waist deep foliage, so
Great.
it makes sense.
Okay. And this is a stealth check before it is an attack roll, correct?
Right. Stealth check as your bonus action.
Here we motherfucking go. Okay. That's going to be a 22 to hit, or 22 to stealth.
Terrific.
He just went.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So you go to his right, which is the eye that is covered, and exploit every opportunity. All right, it's a fight to the death.
absolutely.
You gotta play dirty. And now you can roll your attack with advantage.
Great. Thank God for advantage. Alright, so that's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Great. So let us go ahead and moon touch.
baby.
Fuck this guy.
The moon fucked short sword.
Okay, so that's a 5 for my base damage, but now I'm rolling sneak attack damage, which is another d6. If
That's
I'm
right.
not mistaken.
That's so right.
So 5 plus 5. That's 10 damage.
Okay, and what does your weapon mastery for short sword do?
My weapon mastery for short sword. Do I have weapon mastery for short sword? Is that in my like features and traits?
I can't remember if it's in features and traits or actions. Because you have weapon
great.
mastery
If I-
with short swords and daggers.
Okay, so if I hit a creature with the short sword and deal damage,
Yep.
I have advantage on my next attack roll against that creature before the end of my next turn.
Understood.
Okay.
Not super relevant in this case, because you run towards him, you duck down before he can swivel his head far enough to see you with his left eye. You have grabbed his skull cap and sliced his throat.
That is my MO. Does sound like me.
He gurgles for a moment. Terran, that's a lot of blood. He
I have just
slumps.
fully doubled over and started profusely vomiting.
Roger's down.
Like, dead or just downed?
Down. I mean, I'm not gonna keep on rolling death saves for these bitches. He's dead.
He's dead. Okay.
I stand up out of the brush, calmly and quietly walk up to Taryn, say, "What the fuck was that?"
And I'm just hunched, That was Roger.
But we've established who that was. What was that?
Roger was one of the... Roger was one of the last people to see me alive.
Say more things about that, please.
I was once a part of King Kelly's band, as you know. And the only way that I could get out of this was upon seeing dear Edward and Everett in the woods. We made an accord to say that I passed valiantly in a fight against something, and Roger was the last person, along with one of my cohorts in the bardic portion of Kelly's band. We came to the agreement that they would never see me again, and alas, turns out that he saw me again. The last time that Roger saw me alive, he shot me with an arrow, as well as dear Edward. And I am actually the reason that Edward is still alive. And so, yes, this was very, very personal.
I feel like there's some valuable bits of information that we could have gotten had we not killed him. I'm not saying we had a choice. I think we did not have a choice.
Remind me who the one that slit his throat was?
Remind me of the one who said kill him.
maybe I acted in haste and in a bit of anger. Again, he tried to kill me. Now, what I will say is that Roger isn't. Shh. 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 And I literally put my finger up to his mouth. Shh. Shh. Shh.
I lick it. Easy with that. Back to stern.
out of his pocket, he pulls a spray bottle. Right. If there's one thing I know about dear Roger, there was no information we were going to glean from. The most that we were going to do was capture him and kill him later.
I mean, what I wanted to know was, does everyone think you're dead? Or did he go back and say, did he spill the beans, so to speak?
It wouldn't have been him, it would have been Hope.
Okay. So I think it might be in our best interest to go, well, obviously, go back, rest up. But can we change your appearance in a more permanent way? Can you grow facial hair?
Well, there are many talents that I have. Facial
Is that
hair
one
not
of them? Okay.
I do have the complexion of a 15-year-old, I know.
Right, yeah.
Forever young, however, a bit lacking in the
Testosterone?
scruffy. No. Do we even know what testosterone is in this universe?
Testosterone, it's an elvish dish.
Right. I know a Joey testosterone. Okay.
Now,
The reason, okay, well, spitballing here. There's a particular old lady in town, and she has a fucking terrible dye job. Maybe we could borrow some of her hair dye, make you a ginger, and get back into camp, and change some hearts and minds.
you want me to impersonate Thea?
No, I just want you to be a new man.
I mean, we
Is that what you
probably...
wanted?
I mean, I'm quite the master of disguise. You saw my excellent displays.
As the old man,
The performance was beautiful. The disguise, not so much. It's been a little worse for wear.
Can you be Roger?
I don't know how convincing. We're not the same stature. However, a possible idea, we could both pretend to be new recruits.
Well, I'm driving at.
Right, yes, of course, I can do
But
that.
if you look like you, then you won't be a new recruit.
Yes, and we can speak to the woman with the terrible dye job.
That's a great place to start. After getting back to town, you know.
Right. Before that, and I'm gonna...
We should loot
Can
him,
I-
right?
Yes, let's leave
Great.
it. That's...
That's agreed fun.
Yes. And we should probably hide his body. I really don't want that to get back. Should we send a message?
What's the message? That the folks over at Tilcott are gunning for him? I don't think that's very smart given our next step.
That's very true. You're right. So
I think
let's...
what happens if we hide it and then spread the news that he's coming to us?
I like the way you think. Let's
And then when they get there, we say, oh no, he's left for bigger and better things.
We could instill a revolution, perhaps.
there's another thing we can do.
Go on.
Nothing changes hearts and minds quicker than a martyr. What if it was King Kelly who killed him?
That's a very good idea. However, that would have to be. He would have ended his life in a much more public forum had he found that he was a traitor of sorts.
Does King Kelly have a particular MO how he kills people?
Can I?
Smashed.
Magic. Well,
Magic?
Don't have much of that.
No, not magic. Somebody who is killed by King Kelly is smashed.
Smashed.
Oh. Pulp.
Might
Well-
you want to turn away for this?
I have an idea. Would Thunderwave do the job?
To a dead body? Yeah.
Damn. Oh, I find this app so barbaric, and I'd like to just drag him out into the middle of the road.
Mm-hmm. You straddle him. You put one foot on either side of his hips. You aim your hands down.
And I'm just literally, it's gonna be like on Mr. Miyagi just. All right. And literally just like big. And that reverberates through, and the shockwave just splatters him. And I covered it. Like, his body is, it's like in Multiverse of Madness when Black Bolt opens his mouth and like,
Right.
disintegrates people.
Right.
Like, it's like that level. This dude, like, just and Taryn is now like carry level in viscera, not just like blood, just viscera, and just goes and faints.
I'm going to take this opportunity to try something that I don't even know if it's going to have any like bearing for the future. But right over the pile of blood and gore that's now sitting on the road. It's not a dirt road.
There's dirt, but it's also sort of like there's vines and roots crawling all over it.
Okay, can I collect some sticks and fashion them into like a crown over the pile?
Absolutely. Make like a survival check.
Okay. My survival is +2. So
Ooh. And Taryn is fully unconscious.
sorry, he'll come to you later. Cox. That's a
Got-
16.
Yeah. You fashion a crudely shaped crown. You hope that people notice it, as distinct from the other branches and roots and stuff on the ground.
And can I give Tara a little on the face?
Oh.
We should go.
And just in pure, like, yeah. Guess we should go.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Nope. Let's go.
Right. And blankly, just, again, covered in human remain.
Come on,
And-
come on, lad.
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So that was hour 2 of 6 on your journey back home.
I don't like this.
And who was the last to roll?
Me.
Matt, roll a d20.
Oh, no.
Come on. Luck.
Sure.
Luck.
And remember, you have a bardic inspiration die, too.
Oh, that's true. That would fucking help me here. Don't worry about it. It was a 7, so we can just move on. And... Great. That's a 17.
Okay. Dan, roll a d20.
That is a 17 as well.
Matt,
Some bitch.
I still have one more luck point and a bardic inspiration. We're getting through this.
the bardic inspiration only lasts an hour, so that's
That's gone.
That's gone.
Yeah. Okay, well,
There's
I
two
still have-
more. There's 2 more rolls.
Okay, here we go. 17.
All right. Come on.
You're only an hour out from Tilcott.
17 again.
Come on. What?
Whoa.
That's wild.
That's really
This is
weird.
Bananas. Okay.
Wow, you find the familiar sight of the valley in which is cradled the hamlet of Tilcott. Taryn, you are coated in blood.
Is this, remind me, is this seaside? Like, is there a beach?
Oh, yes. There is a roiling, churning black ocean. And the hamlet includes a sort of harbor with docks and piers.
Taryn is going to just walk straight to the closest, like, shoreline.
Straight through town.
Drenched in, but just nothing. Just straight viscera. Like, and just straight, nothing behind the eyes.
Like the Lady Godiva of blood.
Yeah, just walking through the town square, going to the beach, walks, takes his sword off, and just walks into the sea, and just face plants into the water.
Woomph. Your head submerges under the water. The whole world is drowned out by the sound of the waves over your head. You can't see anything. This water is so murky. You hear something.
There's people.
Make a perception check.
Fuck off. That's a natural one. I swear to God.
You hear...
I only wanted to go like waist deep and then just plop in like waist deep.
Of
water.
course. Of course. Once your head is under the water, you hear sound of an ethereally beautiful soprano voice singing a lilting tune. It's haunting. In just a bar or two of unorthodox time signature, a choir joins.
And just stand up and just blood curdling scream, run back to the shore.
You're wading through the waist deep water. You get back to the shoreline. You're panting for breath. Above the surface, you hear nothing.
Can I do a nature check
For what?
to If there's any sort of, well, in relation to the. Oh, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to now, soaked, grab my scabbard of my rapier, like that I just dropped off in the thing, and hightail it straight to the blacksmith and kick the door in and go, Dimitri,
What?
did the fish people sing?
Jerry, have you followed?
I mean, I didn't
Watched
follow,
this whole
I didn't
thing
follow like,
trans-
all the way. I followed him into town.
Right.
I probably followed him towards the tavern, which is not far from the blacksmith. And I was walking at probably a quarter speed that he was, so I may be close by.
Right. I think, you
just
probably
understand
saw
what
him at a
happened.
distance going, on his way towards the water, and then saw him sprinting his way back, soaking wet.
From my perspective, I saw this ghost man walk through town, plunge in water, and then run back. That's all I know.
Do you enter the blacksmith once you see him enter?
Oh, I must know what happened.
Dimitri hears that question. He lifts up the part of the front counter that opens up to allow passage. And he says, "Come."
Okay. Jerry?
Oh, I'm coming.
Come along, then.
He closes it behind you. He gestures to one of the barrels or boxes in this overheated smithy. Sit. He picks a barrel across from you. He sits. The glow of the forge shines a 3/4 backlit silhouette. Fish people sing.
Oh, bloody hell.
Do not
Well-
go in the water.
You don't have to tell me twice. Tell you what. There's one way to rouse someone back from pure oblivion. It's a nice cold bath. I don't ever need to go back into that freezing cold water ever again. Nor do I ever need to hear that music.
Sometimes they leave the water. They come to town at night.
Oh, brilliant.
They
Well,
take
Jerry?
people.
Oh. Well, isn't that fun?
Will you get some earplugs?
For what?
For no singing.
Okay.
It'll be alright. It'll be alright.
It is better to hear than coming, no?
It's not. Jerry, if there's anything, it's not necessarily a siren song, if you will. I was perfectly capable of getting out of the water. It had nothing to do with being entranced or anything of that nature. We just need to stay away from it.
They took my daughter.
Oh.
4
So sorry.
years ago.
I'm terribly sorry.
Yes. This is why boats stop coming and going.
Right.
Part of me wants to go fishing, but
Soon enough.
I'd like to know. Honestly, my curiosity has been piqued. I'm utterly terrified, I'm not going to lie. However, I'm interested to know what these fish people are, if they can get on land. Do you know what they look like, Dimitri?
Almost like people.
Which part of them is fish?
I never saw them close. They carry a fog with them as they walk. Hard to see.
Well, with that information, I could really use a drink.
I think I'd be up for that.
I think
Dimitri,
I'd be up for that too.
Come for a drink.
Are you gonna come drink with us?
I'll get the first round.
I'll get the first round.
You can get my first round. And then I'll
Fair
get
enough.
Dimitri's.
Fair enough.
Uh,
He doesn't know how much platinum I have on me.
He follows you to the tavern just across Ancestor Square. You step into the pear tree. Eddie looks up and smiles graciously at Jerry and a bit pleasantly surprised at Dimitri and begins to nod at you and Taryn and says, "Oh, my dear, you're soaking wet. Was it raining?"
No, just fancied a dip. Eddie.
You swam in the river. Interesting.
No. Edward, come. I need to speak with you
Yes,
privately.
yes, of course, of course.
Roger is dead.
Probably for the best.
Could you think of any possible repercussions? Someone doing that?
Repercussions. Well, he was always exceedingly loyal to King Kelly. Well, whoever killed him is certainly on bad terms with the gang. Are you expecting some other answer? What other type of repercussions do you mean?
We may have found a way to rouse a bit of a rebellion within King Kelly's band.
Ah?
We've staged an execution.
Of Roger?
Yes.
Jerry just winks.
An execution? You've staged it as if King Kelly killed him.
Right.
Yes.
One of his most loyal members.
Yes, as Taryn's eye just starts twitching as he's thinking about being covered in blood again.
Intriguing.
My thought was that if he could do that to his most loyal, it's a good enough reason for anyone to get out.
Yes, well, I see the point. If it works, if it is convincing, I think that would put a lot of people on edge.
That's what we're hoping.
If you can convince people to leave, please send them to me.
I was thinking that you'd be the perfect one to go to.
Yes.
You're a great example of what happens if you leave that life and come to this one.
I am as well.
Well,
You're getting there. You're getting there.
but if I can whip Taryn into shape, then I can reform anyone.
Well, it sounds like we need a bit of training then.
Training montage too.
Training montage with Taryn.
Yes, send them into town. I don't have many more rooms in the tavern, but there are plenty of empty houses which were vacated
And the thing
rather
is,
suddenly.
Also,
you'll
one
suddenly
other
have
thing,
a lot
Eddie.
more builders.
Yes, indeed.
And my dear Edward, there's one other thing we need to discuss.
Ah?
Pietro. I watched him cast a spell. The one that he makes
Yes.
rigid.
I've been on the receiving end before.
So you can survive.
Oh yes, you can survive. I wouldn't recommend it, though.
Right. Well, hopefully dear Stephen can rouse some rebellion within as well.
Stephen.
Dear sweet Stephen.
Stephen Lorenz.
Yes, I believe so.
Infantry.
Infantry, not very intelligent.
Oh yes, Stephen.
Dumber than a box of bricks.
I was infantry myself, back in the day.
I'm not saying you're dumber than a box of bricks, I'm saying Stephen is.
Well, all I mean is that I knew him. Very
yes, of course,
familiar.
I was not. Yes, Stephen.
So you've left
seems
him to sow discontent.
Stephen was not very happy from what we've gathered.
Well, he's not bright. I'll agree with you there, and he may not be the most subtle.
You'll tell me. You should say that again. Quite the mouth on him. Talks more than me.
Oh yes, yes.
I don't know about that.
Well, I wish him luck. Who's to say?
Well, it seems like we need to stay. Well, we should probably wait for the word to travel about amongst the inner workings of King Kelly's infantry and various infrastructure on the execution of our dear Roger. Well, I think that gives us enough time to recoup.
Have a makeover montage.
And also, yes, Jerry and I have an idea.
I'm not putting on a wig.
No,
not-
no, not you.
No,
Ah,
It
what a
would be-
relief. Whew.
The pretty one.
Why,
Thank you.
yourself, Mr.
Oh,
Crenshaw?
Well, they don't know me. I don't need to do anything. I can
sorry,
walk
he was talking about me.
Oh, yes, of course, of course.
Now that's a story for that's tomorrow's problem. But first, we should just relax a bit
Yes.
and never go in the ocean.
No. No, never. Oh dear, you went in the ocean.
I needed a bath.
It was quite a sight.
I'll heat some water. Drinks?
Yes.
Certainly.
And I'm just gonna walk over to the bar and pick up that half bottle of Pinot Grigio, that disgusting old bottle, and just slug the entire thing.
Well.
Do you have any more of that weird brown whiskey?
No, I'm afraid that
Shit.
that all went, but it went to a good cause.
That's true. It really did.
No, we are quite out of anything hard. Wine, beers, and ales only.
All right. Well, I can do.
Although you could go to the Goodwells, the brewery in the South Fields. Perhaps they have some hard liquors tucked away.
Maybe sometime. I think I'm happy with anything right now.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Hot cider?
Yes.
Sure.
Cider. For you, Dimitri? Yes, of course.
You know, if eventually we get these roads opened up, I could get quite a good amount of potatoes into town and we could start distilling some vodka. I don't know if that's your speed, Dimitri, but...
Vodka, you say?
In time, sure.
I want.
I'll get that just for you.
Da.
Dimitri, actually, is there any way you could improve our weapons so that we may open the roads a bit faster?
Improve? How?
Make them sharper, make them more durable. Anything to increase... anything to help improve their power as weapons, or reinforce my crossbows.
I
Or maybe.
can show me crossbows.
I'm wondering if there's a way to add a lever action to my crossbow so that I may reload it with one hand.
Give me one.
Right? Take it off.
He takes it. He's flipping it upside down, right side up, all over. He's examining. I tinker.
Would you like the
I
other
wonder-
one?
Ah,
Do you want the other one?
I tinker first.
All right.
I wonder, would it be a good idea if we, if you outfitted us with a couple sickles, and next time we go into the woods, start little by little clearing, and then each time we go, we clear a little further, and the journeys, every time we make them, get a little easier.
That's not a bad
Oh.
idea, Jerry.
Yes, you can go to farms they have, or wait for me to make, but farms have.
Sure.
All right.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
No.
Maybe
Certainly know my way around one of those.
if there's no bandits, maybe farmers will help.
All right. Well, it seems like we have a bit of a plan.
Cider's ready.
Alright, so let's go over the plan quick. So, we get some scythes or sickles. We dye your hair. Can't wait for
Yes.
that. And sort of wait a bit so that we can let the news of that execution spread. Infiltrate the camp. Possibly get some of the members back, which would be nice for a couple of reasons, because then we could have a group of folk who might aid in the fight against the fish people, and also a few able hands to start building this town back.
Yeah. I think that's Stella.
Just might work.
Yes. What was that?
Something outside. An impact sound. Quite far away, so it must have been big.
Do you want to go see what that was?
Everyone, let's go.
You step out into the cold night air. You look towards the direction of the sound. Down south, through the town, over the bridge, into the farmlands. Just past one of the very shallow rolling hills in the farmlands is an electric blue-green glow radiating from the ground. And we're gonna call it there.
What?
Thanks everybody
Okay.
for watching episode 6 of Deepest Darkness.
What?
Thank you, Pocket Bard, for music and sound effects. Thank you, Matt Colville, for Roger.
Yeah, thank you, Matt Colville.
Thank you, Matt Colville, for Roger.
Thank you, Matt Staley, for this lovely song. Go play Darkest Dungeons.
I won't.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.